Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Farming Simulator 15 map spotlight. This time we are in the United States for the States map v6. The link is going to be down in the description. As you can see, it starts you off quite nicely with a pickup, which is convenient for me. So let's have a look at the PDA map. There are, what, 12 fields? I'll make it 12 fields. All of them pretty freaking huge. We'll get around to that in a moment. You start off with fields 1, 5, 8 and 9 by the looks of it. And I think they're planted at the start. So let's have a check at the map views. Yes, every field is planted. 6, 7 and 1 are planted in grass. The map... Do you own field 1? You do. So you can, if you wish, you can plough up field 1 and go from there and plant whatever you want, but I don't know. Let's have a look at the sell points first of all, I suppose. So over here, no, I've gone wrong. Over in here is something that I very rarely see, is I don't think that's supposed to happen. A straw sell point that's actually been marked out, which is nice. I don't think the doors are supposed to be like that. That might be an i3D error that's gone wrong on my map specifically. Over here is the BGA. Let's have a look. It looks to be pretty standard. Except the... Oh! So on this map, on the States v6, you can, if you wish, of course, play a dumper, or if you are doing it yourself or whatever, you can actually reverse a trailer up here and dump in the silage that way. So that's nice. Across the road from the BGA, it's all nicely clustered, I must admit, is the biomass heating plant. That has no collisions, I'm kind of glad of it. Biomass heating plant is here. Over here. There's something that, if you watched yesterday's map or mod spotlight, you'd have seen that there was something a bit odd, and there was a trailer in there for some reason. That trailer actually goes with the compost mod, which is installed on this map. So I'm not 100% sure how the compost mod works. You dump stuff into this and it gives you compost. I'm not sure what kind of stuff you have to dump in though. Does it even say? No, it doesn't, which is a bit inconvenient. But the compost comes out there, I think. And I guess you've just got to work it out for yourself, because I quite... Oh wait, no, hang on, there's an information point up the top over here. Wood chips and manure is what you need to throw in here, so I suppose there's a reason to do a lot of logging and a lot of animals on this map. Let's continue on. The garden center is also here, but I don't see a sell point, which is a bit odd. I wonder, is that sell point marker just marking out where the wood... Can you sell compost? You can. And I'm gonna guess it'll show up at the garden center. No? Okay. Presumably you can sell compost, and I've got to try and fling this thing off. There we go. Presumably you can sell compost there or somewhere in this area. It might be over here somewhere. I don't know. So over here, I've conveniently gone the right way, is the grain elevator. So it's all kind of really a bit mushed up together on this map, but sometimes that's a good thing, especially on a huge map like this. Now you'll notice that it's very wide and very open and a bit flat, which normally is a bit of a bad thing. There's a seed and fertilizer point back there, and that inexplicable Irish looking shed. So let's go. I'm gonna cut across this field here. Let's go over to, what is this, the flour mill. And you can see, I always say this, just in case you're on the channel for the first time and this is the first time you've seen one of these map spotlights are just my first impressions. I have absolutely no idea about the map before I jump in. States v6, I've seen a couple of videos, but that's about it. Here's the flour mill, which actually is really courseplay friendly, I have to admit. And can you send the train off? That is a question I now have. Because it looks like it's the Westbridge... I presume not. Yeah, it's the Westbridge Hills flour mill. Or Westbridge Hills style. So you can't send the train off, which is a bit of a shame. But over here, literally down the same road, which means you might have a bit of an issue with courseplay, is the freight yard, which features the Bjornholm train, which you can send off. A bit confusing, I know, but so be it. Now, if the map maker here was brilliant, and I don't know if he's done this or not, and I'm not going to check, or she, I should say. I don't know if the map maker's done this, and I'm not really going to check. Oh, there's a spare silo over here. That's genius. Well done, map maker. If they were super smart, because the main farm is so far away from these places up here, they should pay you a bit extra. And so right here's the restaurant, which is just a restaurant really. And up here is the shipping office, which normally I'd be complaining right now because, you know, it's all stock assets from Bjornholm and Westbridge Hills, but honestly they work quite well on this map. And there's a huge, what looks to be an old grain elevator here, and this is the butcher's apparently, right there. Now one thing I haven't seen is a one thing I haven't seen is a sawmill, he says as he spots the sawmill. Now here's a question, can you send this train off? Because it looks like the tracks are a bit covered up by stuff. You can. Is the track not... Is the track clear? I'm intentionally going to go ahead of the train here and just see what's going on. Because, that's really well thought out. It looks like the tracks are all messed up and stuff, but in actuality everything's on the other line, which I didn't notice. So you can send off both the trains as you can on Bjornholm. So let's have a look at one of the fields just to get an idea of how stupid big they are. And remember, this map is running soil mod, so if you want the full experience you have soil mod of this map. So this is field 6, which is the biggest field on the map, and I'm just going to drive straight down it. Just going to drive straight down field 6 here. Still driving. Max speed on the pickup. The description on FSUK says this has 4,000 acres of land you can farm. So if you want to do this single player, I'm gonna be honest, you're well, number one, you're insane, and it's me. $1.4 million for that field. Number one, you're insane, and everybody knows I'm insane, so expect to see something like this happening. And number two, courseplay is going to be your friend. That looks like a fertilizer fill point. In here is, it sounds like beef cattle. Yep, some beef cattle here. and some beef cattle there. Moving on down here, you have all the water points and all the grain points and all of the sugar beet / potato points for cattle and the pigs. So you got cattle and pigs for fattening on this map, which I always like. I think it's a nice addition to any map, and it almost looks like you start off with some pigs. Do you? Fattening installations. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page... Oh, good lord! There's also 4 chicken fattening plants somewhere. Where are they? Where would they be? Because I found the cattle and the beef. Is this the chicken fattening over there? Because it looks like there's 4 of them there. I've got to find a way out of here now, which apparently is easier said than done. The road here is a mottled mess, which nice bit of detail. There we go. There's a way out. Please tell me this fence has collisions. It does. Good. Most, if not all, of the trees are 2015 specs, so you've got a nearly limitless supply of wood chips. I'll come back to the storage on the farm momentarily. Be awesome if there's a train come down these tracks. I don't know if there is. If a train does come down, and it looks like this could be chicken fattening. Yeah, oh yes, by the sounds of it, it is. So how does this door open? Does this door open? I don't know if these doors actually open. Mind you, I don't believe I have map animation trigger in this mod folder, so you might need map animation trigger for that to work, or animation map trigger. So bear that in mind, and it does look like you do need animation map trigger, or map animation trigger, whichever one it is. My bad. So over here, we're gonna move on very quickly. You have the sheep, which has the bale conveyor mod. Very convenient. And how many sheep do you start with? 100 sheep. So you're gonna get quite a lot of wool quite quickly. Right beside the sheep over here. I'm gonna go around this way. So you're 250 cows. In what looks to be a Bjornholm-like enclosure. As you can see here, there's a conveyor for the manure conveyor belt, which, to be honest, that's something I think most mod maps should have. It's just a nice addition. And oh, is this really done the way I think it is? Yes, it is. So, if you so wish, you can drive through the cow pasture. That's really nicely thought out. Now, on to storage. I'll get to the vehicles as well. You have the mixing station from Marhu. You also have silage storage there with a conveyor belt at the back, and chaff storage, which of course you can tip out of a trailer very nicely, with a conveyor belt at the back. Windrow storage for straw. Again, you can tip it out, so you can courseplay this if you so wish. Again, conveyor at the back. Grass storage, again, can be courseplay quite easily. And a conveyor belt at the back. And unusually enough, manure storage. Because if you're going to be using the compost, you're going to want a lot of manure. And you're going to basically want to max out cows as much as you possibly can. So let us... I suppose there's not much else to do than to have a look at what you start off with. You start off with, of course, pick up the Strautmann Sträublitz PS3 401 manure spreader, the Fliegel bale trailer, the Kuhn SPV12 Comfort mixing wagon, the Ursus round bale auto stacker, 1, 2, 3, at least 3 T8s. T8 435s. Smart Tracks, of course. This is a Stratman Terra Vitesse forage wagon. So we'll look over here because there's probably more. I doubt that it's. So, whoa! Okay then. Okay, so this is what you start off with at the farm. This is what you start off with at the shop. You start off with a fertilizer sprayer and the front tank, which of course you will need for soil mod. That's going to be fun to course play. There are soil mod tanks available on FSUK. I would suggest you get them. Edit them up so they have soil mod tanks. There is an edit you need to make to course play as well for that to work. I suggest you do it if you're using this map. If I use this map, I'll definitely be doing it. New Holland roll belt 150 for all of your round baling needs. A case Quadtrack 620, which to be honest on a map this size I don't mind them giving you the biggest of equipment, especially seeing as the fields are very limited in what you actually own. 2 fertilizer spreaders, again, that I don't mind. Don't mind starting off with the biggest equipment on a map like this. New Holland T9, a Lee pair, wheel loader with the big shovel. If we go over here, we'll start at this end of the line again. The Krampe Kipper, I believe this is the 900. The biggest of the lot. A man truck, which, to be honest, yes. New Holland CR10. Another forage wagon. The biggest windrower in the game. A corn header. The big moors. Which, yes. The biggest trailer in the game, the Krampe big one, Krampe Bull, I think it is. I can't remember. What that's called. The horse corn drill, the horse seed drill. 1, 2, 3 headers for your 3 grain headers for your 3 other CR1090s. Oh boy, this will be a map to work with. This is a map on an industrial scale. This is industrial scale farming right here. Because if you need 4 combine harvesters, you're working industrially. If you need a CR10 by itself, you're working pretty industrially. But if you need 4 of them, you're working industrially American style. And this is a map you'd really want multiplayer for. And quite a large multiplayer session at that. Soil mod just adds to the difficulty. This is probably one of the most challenging maps I've seen so far for 2015. Cobra Park, really challenging, but by default it doesn't have soil mod. Nuston Extended, yes, really challenging. It does start off with soil mod, and you do start off with very few fields, but it's not the same scale of silly. I think this is quite possibly the most challenging map in Farm Sim 2015 right at this moment. And if you watch my Let's Plays, you know I like a challenge. You might be seeing this again very soon. Now there is one thing I want to show you as a bit of a mod spotlight in the middle of all this, and that is the Brantner E8041, which inexplicably is able to spawn at the store despite all of the equipment ever being here. Now this trailer looks completely normal. You see it's got a German number plate. This trailer, I believe, is actually made so that it can carry the compost from the compost thing. It may also be able to carry manure. I don't know for sure, but I would guess so. If you're wondering how the compost works, by the way, I have seen a few videos. If you haven't already seen, if you already know, you can just tune out now because I'm essentially done with the map spotlight as it is. If you want this map and you're interested in knowing how the compost works, just keep watching for a moment and I'll explain very quickly. What you do is you throw wood chips and manure into the compost maker, and basically throw as much in as you possibly can. And over time, that will pile up and turn into compost. You need to get, I think you need to get specific equipment to move the compost around. There's a specific wheel loader implement that you need that has compost installed. You can also install it pretty easily on Multifruit mods and stuff, or just on a specific implement by itself, specific mod. And you can load it into manure spreaders, which is why you start off with one. And in soil mod, it gives you, do I have it on my cheat sheet? No. It gives you a bonus of something or other. I need to look it up, but it does give you a bonus in soil mod. It's not as good as manure, but I think the yield, the amount of manure you need to make, we'll say one, and there's a more than 1-to-1 return if you use manure to make compost, as far as I'm aware. For example, if you put 100 litres of manure in, I think you get something like 110 to 125 litres of compost. Don't quote me on that, but there is an advantage to using compost. It's number one, it gets rid of your wood chips, so you know, if you want to turn, for example, field 2 and 3, because they're kind of comically small compared to the rest of the map. If you want to turn them into just logging for wood chips, you can. So that you can keep the compost up. The cows you'll need to keep on top of. You'll pretty much want to get everything going on this map, just to get enough manure together to get all the compost you need. And if you want manure as well, you can do that. So I think I'm going to leave it there. This is a really good map. There are, you know, overlaps and weird floaty things every so often. But on a map this size and this scale, you can overlook problems. Now, I did forget to mention, it is multi-fruit. It's got oats, soybeans, sunflower, sorghum and cotton added as well. The oats will drop windrows. Let me get this. I think the sorghum and cotton you need to harvest with a corn header. The soybeans and sunflowers can, I believe, be harvested normally. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow on Manor Farm for my usual joking around, let's have fun, let's play. Holbrook Park is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Manor is back on Wednesday and again on Friday, and next Saturday again there should be a mod spotlight, and next Sunday we'll have a look at probably a European style map I'm going to look for this week. I'm going to try and have a 3-week rotation of British, American, European. That's the hope. I don't know if it'll work out, but that's what I'm going to try for. Until next time, whenever that is, whenever you visit again, thank you very much for watching. Please do stay safe, and goodbye.